Alright, so this week on the 200, we're going to be taking the clutch disc out, looking at them, getting them oiled up again if everything's okay, popping all of this stuff off here, cleaning the oil filter, and getting everything reassembled, and then moving on to the top half of the engine.
So today in the CB450, we're starting under the right side cover. We got it off at the end of the last episode. We're going to take a look at the clutch discs. Also going to clean the oil filter. And after we got the cover off last episode, I noticed I have a crack in it, so I'm going to have to fix that today too. Alright, so on the 450, I noticed this crack when I took it off the other day, and after inspecting it a little further, it goes all the way through the case cover, and it's not that big of a deal. The 450 doesn't have that much oil pressure inside of it, but we are going to need to fill this in with some JB weld and clean it up a little bit, so we're actually probably going to do that first on my bike. That way we can let it start to set up over the course of tonight and tomorrow. Alright, so we have the cover put up here on the vise, and just putting down a rag to protect it a little bit, and I'm just trying to flatten this big dent in the side here. So we got a hammer, a brass sponge so we don't mess it up too bad, and just going to give it a few taps and hopefully flatten it back out.
The oil filters on these bikes typically have a snap ring around the edge here holding that filter in place, but when we took this cover off we noticed that mine didn't actually have a snap ring. Someone has put, or maybe Honda, put a Phillips head into the middle, and as Phillips heads do, it stripped. So with no luck with our impact driver, now I'm going to have to get it out the old-fashioned way. Alright.
Alright, so we got the clutch taken apart on the 450, and I just went ahead and gave them a quick wrench with the parts washer. We're going to put them on the wire wheel and clean up a little bit of the residue on the surfaces of this, because nothing looks bad on it, it's just a little rusty. And we're going to clean up our steel rings and start to put the clutch back together. So here's the difference between just a few minutes on the wire wheel versus straight out of the motorcycle. It just takes a little bit of that rust off the surface and also breaks the glaze, so they'll bite really nicely into the clutch disc next time. So if these are really dirty, you could sandblast them and that would help clean them up really perfectly, but I don't think we need to worry about these ones that badly. They look pretty good. You also want to watch out if your clutch steels, if they have any sort of like crazy discoloration, you may want to go ahead and replace them, because that means they overheated and they may not be up to the task of pulling your clutch next time you get the bike running. Alright, so we have some oil here. We're just giving a light coating of oil back on these clutch discs. All of them had no sort of major signs of wear or anything, so mine is good to just go back in the motor. Just putting a little bit of oil though to keep them lubricated until we get the motor turned on and running and everything good to go again. And you just reassemble your clutch as you took it apart.
Alright, so today we both worked on kind of a similar thing. Caleb and I both broke down our clutch plates and discs, inspected them, cleaned them up a little bit, re-greased them, put them back. Got into our oil filter, cleaned out all the schmutz. Caleb started repairing his right side cover, some JB weld, which we got some footage of, and we're at a little bit of a stopping point because it all took longer to get clean and get ready than we expected. So
cleaning takes forever, and JB weld has to cure probably overnight, so I'm not gonna put that one on anyway. And yeah, we'll get the side covers buttoned back up next episode and kind of finally start to move on to the top of the engine and get these engines valves adjusted and keep moving on. Again, this is
Jessi
and Caleb here with Common Motor. Don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our newsletter and subscribe here down below on this YouTube channel. See you next time.